Welcome, welcome, welcome. You've tuned into another Rugby Obsession deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're tackling something really ambitious, maybe even audacious, from USA Rugby.
The Moonshot 2031 goal.
Exactly. We're going to unpack that vision, the aim for the U.S. men's team to hit the Rugby World Cup semifinals when they host in 2031.
And the women's event follows just 2 years after that, in 2033.
We'll look at the hurdles, the current reality, but also the huge potential they have.
Yeah, there's definitely potential there.
We're drawing on some great analysis from Neil Squires and also some really valuable thoughts from Chris Robshaw, the former England captain.
Who actually played out there in the MLR, so he's got firsthand experience.
Right. It's a massive undertaking, isn't it? Committing to this on home soil.
It really is. Exciting stuff to dig into.
Absolutely. So stick with us. And hey, if you enjoy digging into rugby like this, make sure you subscribe to Rugby Obsession. You won't want to miss what we cover next.
Definitely hit subscribe.
Okay, so let's get into it. This huge goal, semifinals in 2031. It's massive.
The source material even compares it to Kennedy's moon landing vision. That tells you everything about the scale, the soaring ambition, as they put it.
Yeah, it's a bold statement. A real moonshot sends a message.
But then you look at the immediate context.
Well, yes. There's the reality check, isn't there?
That recent result, the 45 loss at home.
Right. Against what was basically England's third team, you could say. Maybe some development players.
And that came just a week after losing to Spain.
So, yeah. It kind of highlights that there's definitely work to do on the field. A lot of work. But, flip that coin. The U.S. has advantages other nations just don't.
Like what specifically?
Well, think about the sheer number of athletes. That talent pool from high schools, colleges, it's unparalleled, really.
Millions of kids playing sports.
Exactly. Even a tiny percentage crossing over is huge. Raw athleticism. Then there's the money.
Right, the financial resources. Vast resources. Not just spending, but investing in proper facilities, top coaching, the best sports science, things that could rival anywhere.
And that American attitude.
That can-do mentality. They tend to go big when they decide to do something. They invest, they commit.
So you have this huge potential on one side, incredible resources, but then these recent results on the other. It leads to the big question, doesn't it?
It is.
Can they actually do it? Is reaching a World Cup semifinal even remotely possible in, 8 years, given where they are now? What's the biggest roadblock?
That's where Chris Robshaw's perspective is so interesting.
Because he played there with San Diego Legion.
Right, 2 seasons in the MLR. He sees the potential, he's quite positive, but even he calls it a tall order, a big ask.
So what's his main point?
It boils down to the fundamental understanding of the game.
Not just the rules, you mean?
No, much deeper than that. It's the ingrained stuff.
Yeah.
The decision-making under pressure, the reading of the game, the off-ball work, the breakdown skills.
Things you learn from playing constantly from a young age.
Precisely. He contrasts players starting at maybe 16, perhaps after playing American football, with those in, say, England or New Zealand who've been playing competitively since they were 6.
Big difference.
Huge. He says the U.S. has the physical side sorted. You see these amazing athletes, specimens and speedsters, especially in the sevens game.
Yeah, their sevens team can be electric.
But in 15s, there's still that skill deficit to close, that deep, almost instinctive game sense.
Okay, so developing that takes time. But the MLR, Major League Rugby, that's growing.
Definitely. It's improving every year.
You've got good people involved, committed owners, and stars like Antoine Dupont buying into the LA team. That has to help.
Absolutely. The MLR is crucial. It provides that professional pathway that just wasn't there before.
So how does the MLR accelerate that development Robshaw talks about?
Well, Robshaw has a pretty practical idea, given the MLR's current structure, which
Sure.
the season's quite short, only about 17 games.
Right.
So he suggests many American players would really benefit from a loan period overseas.
Getting experience elsewhere.
Exactly. Go play in Europe, maybe Super Rugby, experience different styles, different pressures, more game time in intense environments.
Like AJ McGinty or Paul Lasik did.
Perfect examples. They played in Europe and became massive players for the Eagles. It fast-tracks that game understanding we were talking about.
So the question then becomes, how do you make that happen systematically? Partnerships? Specific program?
Yeah, that's the implementation challenge. How do you structure it to really boost the national team towards 2031?
It's a compelling idea, the overseas loan system. And for you listening, what stands out to you about developing rugby in a market like the U.S.? What do you think the key steps are? Let us know your thoughts.
We'd love to hear them.
And just a reminder, if you're enjoying this deep dive, do subscribe to Rugby Obsessions so you don't miss our future explorations into the global game.
Please do.
Now, let's shift to the World Cup itself, awarding it to the U.S. 2031 for the men, 2033 for the women.
A bold move by World Rugby.
Visionary, you could say. Taking the biggest tournaments into the world's biggest sports market. Huge potential exposure.
Massive upside.
But there's a risk, too, isn't there, given the team's current standing?
Oh, definitely. The worry is the host nation becomes, well, sort of onlookers at their own party, as the source puts it.
Not really competing at the sharp end.
Exactly. Which isn't ideal, obviously.
But the flip side is amazing venues. Imagine games in NFL stadiums in buzzing cities.
Yeah, the spectacle could be incredible, leveraging American expertise in sports entertainment.
So can a World Cup thrive if the hosts aren't contenders?
Well, look at England in 2015. They crashed out in the pool stages.
Yeah, that was tough for them.
But the tournament itself was still widely seen as one of the best ever. Great crowds, great atmosphere. So yes, it can survive. But it definitely helps if the hosts are part of the story, especially in a country like the USA where rugby isn't mainstream.
Gives the casual fan someone to root for.
Precisely. And you have to remember, American sports fans are used to their teams winning. Basketball, NFL, baseball, women's soccer now too.
So there's an expectation.
There's definitely pressure for the Eagles to perform on home soil, more than just participate.
Which makes qualifying for the next World Cup in Australia in 2027 even more critical.
Absolutely vital, especially after missing out on 2023.
So what's their path?
It's mainly through the Pacific Nations Cup. 6 teams, Fiji and Japan, are already qualified.
Leaving.
Samoa, Tonga, Canada, and the U.S. fighting for 3 spots. The bottom team faces a final playoff against the South American side.
So it's tough, but doable.
They have to make it. For player development, for confidence, but also, as the article says, it's their shop window.
To show the world, and crucially their own public, that they belong on that stage, build momentum for 2031.
If you put this 2031 semifinal goal in historical context, it's even bigger.
How so?
Since 1987, the first World Cup, only 8 countries have ever reached a semifinal.
The usual suspects. New Zealand, Australia, South Africa.
England, France, Wales, Scotland, Argentina, all established traditional rugby nations.
No dark horses crashing the party.
Never. Not at the semifinal stage. So the U.S. is trying to do something completely unprecedented. Something even Ireland, consistently top-ranked, hasn't managed.
Wow. That really puts the Moonshot label into perspective. It's not just ambitious, it's trying to rewrite rugby history.
It absolutely is.
Okay, so the on-field challenge is monumental. But what about the event itself? What does Robshaw predict for the 2031 World Cup as a spectacle?
On that, he's completely confident. He has zero doubt World Rugby made the right call.
He thinks it'll be a success regardless of the Eagles' performance.
Totally. He says an American World Cup will be magnificently unique. Different, yes, maybe not the same vibe as France or New Zealand.
But different how?
He reckons the Americans will just nail the event site. They'll sell it, they'll pump it up, they'll use all their marketing and entertainment know-how.
Put the whole country behind it.
That's his bet. He says it will be a success and a huge show for sure. They know how to put on major sporting events.
It's going to be big, loud, and very American, probably.
Probably. A different flavor for the Rugby World Cup, introducing the game to a massive new audience.
You have to admire the sheer chutzpah, as the article mentions, just going for it.
Yeah, it's bold.
Taking rugby's biggest show somewhere completely new, whether they make the semis or not, the impact could be huge for the sport globally.
Potentially transformative, yeah.
Right, let's wrap up this deep dive. We've looked at this audacious Moonshot 2031 goal from USA Rugby.
Acknowledging the big challenges, especially around player development, and that crucial 2027 qualification hurdle.
But also recognizing the immense potential and the almost guaranteed success of the 2031 event itself as a spectacle.
A huge show, regardless of the home team's results, probably.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on. What does this whole U.S. Moonshot really tell us about the future of global sports? How important is it for non-traditional sports to break into massive markets like the U.S., even if on-field success takes longer? Does the spectacle itself drive growth, or do you need the home team to win?
That's a great question. Is hosting enough, or is performance key for lasting impact?
Something to think about. Thank you for joining us for this Rugby Obsession Deep Dive.
Always a pleasure.
Don't forget to subscribe to Rugby Obsession for more content like this, and let us know your thoughts on today's topic.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
We'll look forward to you listening to our next deep dive.